That thing we do on Friday nights where we broadcast ourselves talking about whatever the fuck comes to mind.
Mm-hmm.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
remember how we used to do that? Yeah, I think I'm gonna do that. I think I'm gonna start that now. You guys cool with that?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm working on that. Well, I'm working on that. A lot of shit in the news. We've been dodging the news. There's just a lot of shit in there.
Where you want to start?
I don't know.
You want,
You want to do the classic thing right now and whine about gas prices?
well, I could. Yeah, I just took a trip down from Oregon down to midway. Well, the lower half of California.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can talk about gas prices.
How
You
much
want to know?
damage did that do you?
Uh, you know what? I don't really want to talk about how much damage it did to me.
Oh, we can talk about that. Oh yeah, how much
It
damage
was
did it
like
do?
three. It was what? I got three tanks, but luckily I have like a four banger,
Yeah,
so yeah, it saved me a lot.
a lot.
If it was a V6, I would have gone like you know 4 or 5 tanks for some shit.
That's not good. So you'd have been sucking dick on the street to fill them up.
Yeah, luckily no wait, hold on. Unluckily enough, that didn't happen then. So no wait, yeah,
Yeah,
so I had like what like 400. I don't know. I was like, damn son, be like three. I got like 240, 240, 250 in gas.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
That's a goddamn fucking shame.
yeah, it's like 14 gallons, $6 each.
Ugh.
Yeah,
See, we're only up to five,
six,
and it is
7.
fucking brutal.
Nearer to Los Angeles, it was around 7, so it was like 6.5,
Uh,
650.
yeah, I can't trade that card. Yeah, that's fucking shit. My man, I'm sorry. Now my kid, I get that. I get an alternate art, the like the D&D art of the 3 mana 3/3 orc ranger that makes rabbit tokens, and my kid has fucking mutilated it to shit and back because she liked it because it makes bunnies. I don't even think it's a fucking bad card. You strap you strap a rancor on that, you got a 5/3 swinging in, you getting rabbits. I'm getting for 4 mana, I'm getting immediate fucking value. You know what I mean? Pop that shit or I get my rabbits.
So the liter of gas in Mexico is around like 21, 23 pesos, which is around like dollar five.
You're fucking with me.
Yeah, look it up. That's a liter. So
Okay, so you're paying 250 a gallon then.
yeah,
Jesus Christ.
pretty good, huh?
Yeah. Again, why?
Yeah, really good.
Yeah, why the fuck haven't we moved to
I'm
Mexico?
driving to Mexico for gas.
Yeah,
Well,
really.
it depends on the definition of gallon, right? Because I think you just multiply by two. It's around like 4, no?
I thought it was 2.2. Am I thinking of something different?
Nah, I think you're thinking about like a quart or an ounce or something. Or it's the imperial, no,
Hold
or
on.
the
I
pint.
This is what I hate about this fucking measuring system in this shit country because fuck gallons, liters to gallons.
Teaspoons. You're measuring in tablespoons.
Oh, you're paying 5.
Yeah, that's okay. We measure in liters anyway, so it feels like less. But I'm
One
pretty sure there's a lot of reactionaries from Texas going down to Mexico to buy gas and then coming back up.
absolutely 110%. 110 fucking percent. You're forced to interact with those people for a few minutes, and it's the worst minutes of your life every time.
Yeah, especially when we don't really have that pump your own gas thing
Yeah.
in most places.
So you actually have to talk to them too. I'm so sorry. To the
No,
Mexican people,
I don't work.
I
I don't work the
apologize.
gas station.
Well, I understand you don't, but to the Mexican people, I apologize on America's behalf for sending our trash down there.
Yeah. It was gonna happen anyways. Don't worry.
I know you can't.
Someone was gonna be the global north. It
Global
just ended
Holy
up that
North.
way.
How about that? Is that a thing? Can we make that a thing?
Nah.
All right.
I was thinking of something else. Hold on.
I tried.
Yeah,
You
you could
saw
try
it.
again.
Fuck trying
You could
again.
try again.
Fuck trying again. I'm too busy fucking looking at my magic cards and trying not to just get rage pissed. Oh yeah, I have 2
Yeah, but
fucking
then
Osejus. I'm doing good.
I didn't have to worry about a bunch of things because
Yeah?
I forgot my my cell phone charger back in back at my brother-in-law's. So I went out to Tijuana without my cell phone charger,
Yeah.
the canceled flight, and then I decided to do something really stupid and go to the bus station and buy myself a ticket way back down there.
Oh boy.
So for 2 days I was less connected to the world.
That part has to feel good. I mean, this planet. Ugh. Shit reviews. 0 out of 10. Would not recommend.
Would pick any other planet.
Would pick any other planet. Venus is looking good right now.
It's going to be a little cooler than Earth at the rate we're going, too.
Mia, you ain't fucking lying, my friend.
Yeah, I just saw a bunch of little tidbits here and there about like some Mexican ladies gonna be a congresswoman for the Republicans, the GOP.
Yeah, of course.
I don't know. You know, representation. You know, right wing, virtual signaling.
According to
all
the
that
right wing,
shit.
she's one of the good ones.
Yeah.
And she also liked to tweet about QAnon.
Yes.
Oh, thank God. I was worried.
Yeah, don't worry.
I was worried she was going to be reasonable.
No, it's all there.
Excellent.
I feel like you might have to do that nowadays for the for that party.
That's what I asked. I actually asked that a while back in the chat. I said like, "Hey, is that obligatory? What the fuck, man? Like, did they have to just like go on, man?"
No, I mean, you're dealing with a 50-50 chance they're a believer. They've been hitting, like, I don't know. It's weird. Like, they've been hitting the minority vote really, really hard with that bullshit. They've been really trying to pump that down their throats because they want to make it a thing that QAnon is, like, multiracial, multi-ethnic, and it's agreed that the Democrats are satanic pedophiles, even though they have Matt Gaetz and the fucking cousin fucker in their party, right? And
Yeah,
their women are always
everything bad.
Yeah,
projection.
Projection.
Just everything bad they do, Democrats also do. Just a little bit worse, according to them.
Yeah, we're morally pure when we do. Madison Cawthorn's out there right now going, when I have gay sex with my cousin, it's pure and good. But when you have gay sex with somebody who you're not related to, that makes you the fucking devil. So, I don't know.
I mean, you know, he's not wrong, but he could say it nicer.
No, he's... Holy shit, man. Okay, gotta recompose that.
Yeah, it's about respectability.
Did you ever?
Yeah, you got me.
You ever hear Ian Finance's joke on that?
No.
He's like, okay, so he's like, yeah, I'm doing somebody else's bit to kill time, whatever, because I'm trying to collect my thoughts. So fuck off, viewer. Strap in, bitch. So Ian Finance is like, so alcoholism is like being gay. It's a choice. And everybody starts booing, and he goes, oh, settle the fuck down. I'm a bisexual man. God, obviously I know it's not a choice. And everyone's like, oh, okay, calm down. And then he waits like 2 seconds. He goes, it's a disease.
Oh my god. It's a good joke. That's good delivery right there.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, these dudes don't say it as a joke. That's the bad part. It's like it's never a joke.
No.
It's always.
They're not kidding when they say it. But yeah, no, that joke always tickles my fancy because I liked how he subverts the rhetoric. Ian's pretty fucking funny. I should follow him on Twitter, but I'm lazy and don't. I just spend all my time looking at my anime girls and my magic cards.
Respectable.
Thank you.
As a good American should. Honestly, if we had more Americans looking at anime titties and Magic the Gathering, we would have a better America.
We would have a better... I mean, qualitatively, though, we would just have a better America because that's how fucking far America has fallen. Like...
That's saying a lot.
Yeah. It's pretty bad, guys. It's pretty shit. Oh, I think
One thing I remember when I was taking a biology class when I was in uni. It was here in Mexico.
Oh, so...
When they started talking on the topic of evolution, it didn't seem that that roundabout excuse that they're gonna give like if you still believe in God or whatever, that could still be true. Well, if that is true, it's all a theory anyways, right? It's like, I thought like, how would this play out over there in the States?
That's pretty much how we have to start with all of our courses.
Yeah, huh?
Uni's gone to shit over here, my friend.
Even history.
Yeah.
Especially history.
Yeah, they teach that as a theory course too. It's not just a list of shit that has happened, which is worrisome. Very worrisome.
Yeah, they have to keep it civil, for all the Holocaust deniers and whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, it used to be you just laughed them out of class because they were fucking idiots. Now you have to respect their opinions.
Yeah, you actually have to listen to them. It's absurd.
Listen. This is always highly heretical. I agree with my man Norman, right? Hear him out. Sure, let him say the dumb shit and then demonstrate factually that they're fucking idiots. Because if you the problem with just silencing them outright, right? Is going I'm so scared of this idea that it could be untrue that I can't let you talk.
Yeah, I see
this. It plays into their savior context too. Their complex as well.
Yeah.
It makes them get to feel like they're the morally superior.
Right.
Yes, this is like a right-wing outcry thing, right? Like when they're saying they're silencing my free speech because they don't want to hear these ideas because they deem them dangerous or whatever. Yeah. So that's why you get all these dumbass publishers, your Jordan Petersons and Charles Murray. I only know those two dumbasses. There's probably more. I'm not that into.
You're right. There are more dumbasses, and I gotta tell you, they're just as fucking stupid as those two.
Or more.
Or more. Yeah, Dave Rubin still wins.
But generally stupid.
I just think it's funny that I think it's hilarious to me in a really dark way, right? Is the person who's gotten more Jews killed since Hitler shot himself in the face, who's running number 2 right now? It's Ben Shapiro. Ben Shapiro keeps getting Jews killed left and right, and it is fucking there is a dark humor in that to me that he goes out there and whines about they're being anti-Semitic to me. And then he says a laundry list of shit that is regurgitated by every fucking mass shooter who walks in a synagogue.
Yeah, they even cite his fucking videos.
Yeah, they cite his videos, and he's like, I don't know why
they
give
me. Precise timestamps, precise timestamps to where they got that brain shit,
Yeah.
The dog shit idea. Right here, minute 21 of his 2-hour ad.
Yeah.
I don't know what's happening. I was just watching anime clips, and this 2-hour ad of Ben Shapiro popped up.
And now
I don't know why I didn't skip it.
And now I just want to walk into a synagogue and open fire. Thanks, Ben Shapiro. And he's like, I didn't. That wasn't my intent. It doesn't. You know what? I'm going to say this too right now, Ben. It doesn't really matter if that was your intent so much as the consequences of your actions. That's what keeps happening. So you have a responsibility to re-fucking-evaluate what in the fuck you're saying.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. That motherfucker's never gonna, he's never gonna have that self-reflection.
No. Well, he can't, because if he had any kind of honest self-reflection, he'd be like, oh yeah, I'm the leading cause of Jewish deaths.
And then he wouldn't be able to get paid.
Then he wouldn't be able to get paid because he'd have to come out and be like, sorry, kind of keep getting Jews killed. Not really doing what I wanted to be doing. Burp, 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 burp. I talk and then more Jews die and it's really uncomfortable because they keep singling me out. Ben's a fucking moron. And you're right, he has to be that uncritical because if you were to actually critically and soberly look at what you're saying and what the consequences of your actions are, you'd go real quick, oh shit, I have fucked up. I have fucked up immensely. My life is a goddamn lie. And Ben kind of can't get paid on that. So you're spot on. Spot on, Reposado.
So where do we come in? Like, where does actual free speech come in? Not this petrol-funded bullshit that's pumped out everywhere.
I mean,
Because this be like a Lenin thing, right? Because he would say that like in that case that'd be just like free speech for the publishers who are bourgeois in the end, right?
yeah. Jake, you can take this one. Jake knows my feelings on the phrase free speech.
It's free.
Yeah.
And he definitely won't attack you for using it.
I definitely think it's an intelligent phrase we should continue to frame our discussions around.
Definitely not like a contentious word in the matter, right? With the free in front of the speech.
I mean, okay, I could do the free speech thing for a moment. Like, consider all of the material conditions that lead to you having a thought in your head. Consider the
and then say that's free.
Yeah, consider the numerous ramifications, pressures, incentives, and everything that's like under capitalism. And then you try and tell me anything that any of us say is free. You know, why am I saying what I'm saying? In part because like my material conditions are such that I fucking hate America. Right? I do. You can document that. Please do. Please be like, Dan Cohen hates America. Because when I go, yeah, hey, you listen, I'll be really happy with myself. Right?
Yeah, but that being like a positive credit score at the end.
Yeah, like for me, that's like, ooh, you actually
Yeah,
listen.
Like 1 million social credit scores from my part, man.
Well, I'm trying to get in good with the Chinese, obviously. Right?
Yeah, me too.
Obviously.
I mean, at this point, if you're an American, you're not trying to get in with Xi, like, you're a fucking idiot. You're doing it wrong.
Oh, you see that shit I put over there?
Yeah.
In the morning? Damn, I thought that was just a fucking meme. Come on, bro. They actually put the at what cost at the end.
That's real. That's how Americans think. That's
like
filthy. That's
fucking ghouls.
Yeah, that's just filthy utilitarianism. Don't let it make your brain bleed because it's not very well thought out.
Yeah, if it gets the clicks, I guess.
Yeah.
Like a 10,000 online leftists all clicking like, what the fuck? They said the thing.
Yeah.
They actually said the fucking thing. All right.
Yeah.
That was my part. That was me just saying.
It was good. I liked it. You did good work.
Fuck. Oh, my fucking feet hurt.
I'm sorry.
No, that's fine.
You want me to lick them?
It's not your fault. Yeah, you couldn't.
Okay.
Too far away, man.
Oh, looks like I got to take a little trip to Mexico to lick a man's feet. I'll be back.
Ooh.
Unless you got like the Gene Simmons tongue going on.
Hold on, let me try. It's pretty long.
Listen, I wasn't in on the trip to Mexico, but then you brought up the feet licking, and I might be in again all of a sudden.
100%. Let me put
this is like the next part.
Boys, I'm going to put it to you like this. I can house a pudding cup with no spoon. And I can get that thing clean. Without squeezing the sides. Without, yeah. So, the problem here was never the ground game. The problem was the pregame. You know what I'm saying?
Ah, I see what you're saying.
Yeah. So, I'm going to stretch and you tell me if this tickles.
Oh, baby.
Fuck, not there, man.
All right. So I can get across Indiana. That'll be good enough.
How'd you do that?
I'm telling you, it's what that mouth. When people ask me what that mouth do, I house a pudding cup in front of them. Fun fact. I have never not had sex that has not started off like that.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
There were a lot of negatives in that sentence.
Yeah. I'm trying
I'm
to make
still
sure.
trying to math it backwards.
Yeah, I'm trying to. So it's a low partner, high frequency kind of situation if you're catching my drift.
Good. That's okay, man.
Yeah, that's great stuff.
Yeah. Everybody's got to have a strategy. A lot of people go a lot of partners, low frequency, right, with the partner. Once or not, once or twice maybe at most. No. Low number of partners, high amount of time. Eat the pudding.
Is there any actual water in that, like the sexual marketplace thing?
Yeah, it's like the reverse of supply and demand for this purpose.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, you take supply and demand and flip it because the demand is low frequency. It's cheaper. Nah, not me. I believe in investing in the product.
Dan buys those family size packages of pudding cups.
Mm-hmm. Fun fact. That was girlfriend number 3 who was impressed by that show.
Damn,
the whole
Dan.
thing. Rip the top off, go to town systematically. Each one clean, no hands.
And that was you just opening your mouth, huh?
Uh-huh,
Like,
with the teeth.
Huh?
Yeah.
No teeth involved, right? Like, just...
Well, you gotta open the thing. I can't open the thing with my tongue. It's cardboard to fuck up my tongue. And that cellophane shit they put on it, that's thick, I don't know, not tinfoil, not cellophane shit. Let's be reasonable here.
Yeah.
You gotta use your teeth for that. But once you get past the panties, if you will, you don't need the teeth no more. Now it's the ground game. Excellent at the ground game. Sons of Tree Air, the podcast about gas prices and eating pussy.
Respectable.
Listen, real men.
That could also be like a conservative one, right? Like...
Yeah.
Well, the conservative one is about how to disable your lights and missionary.
You know who's raising the gas prices, don't you? All them immigrants walking up from Guatemala, they drink the gasoline.
Yeah, they came up here. They left their country that had $2.50 a gallon gas.
Yeah.
To come here and buy our gas.
At $5.
Drive up the price. $5.
Ruin America.
That's exactly what happened.
And now because of that, I got pink hair and I'm fucking a ladyboy. You believe that shit?
And we used to buy our gas from Venezuela, but then that guy went in there in Venezuela, and now we can't buy no Venezuelan gas because that's commie gas.
Yeah, you can't buy no commie gas. But I'll tell you what, if I could still buy that goddamn commie gas, me and my beautiful NB partner Travis, with 2 T's and an X, would not be getting married next week.
That is true.
That's fault of goddamn liberals. Travis and I are in love. They make my heart sing. Or for the fucking liberals, that wouldn't be happening. Bastards.
Let me be the liberal on this one. It's not gallons, it's liters. just a minor correction there.
Well, your whole argument is unraveled.
Still, we're gonna hang on. I'm gonna do the math here.
I have the math up. Let's see if he can do it. Boop boop boom 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 boom.
And Reposado. One more time. The price of 1 liter of gas in Mexico currently.
Yeah, 21.23 pesos.
And it's about 7 or 8 exchange? No. It's more now. It's like $1.
Yeah.
You round it to $1. Boop, boop.
This is about $3.75 a gallon.
Yeah, actually you're really close, like $3.78.
Damn.
Yeah.
Damn.
It'd be $3.78541.
But still, they're coming up here and buying our $5 gas, driving up the price.
Anyway,
I'm back.
They're stealing our truck nuts. And they're giving them to their Jewish quinceañeras.
They're stealing our truck nuts.
They're coming up here and buying up the fucking truck nuts and giving it to their 16-year-old girls down there so they can be Catholic transos. And they're letting Arabs in. I know that. That's how the Saudi hijackers got in on 9/11. What for Bush paid them to do it.
I want to save Jewish quinceañeras for forever.
Juiceañeras. That's they're having juiceañeras and mitzvahs, right? Muslim mitzvahs. They're having that shit going on down there. They're coming up here and bringing that in all through Texas. And like I said, now I'm fucking a lady boy. A fucking NB. I mean, I'm fucking them deep, too. I'm going real deep in that ass. Life ain't like it used to be.
It really isn't what it used to be.
You know,
and it was definitely no internalized self-hatred that was causing you to fuck that lady boy.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Because it used to be, I used to be able to go to Thailand for $300 and fuck a lady boy.
Yep.
And keep it in the privacy of that godless atheist nation. Now I got to bring that shit home in front of my kids.
Now it's coming home in front of the kids.
I'll tell you what.
Getting married to a lady boy.
I'll tell you what. It's worse too because now.
But I will say, you pick some lovely flowers for the wedding.
Yeah. Now I got this Catholic cult going on in my house just so I make some fucking money because immigrants are coming and raising the price, and now I got to dry hump my lady boy.
In the Catholic cult.
In front of the Catholics. Can you believe this shit?
God damn it. I can't believe this shit.
Damn it. I can't even go to Thailand and fuck a lady boy no more. Price of fucking plane tickets has gone up too far.
You had to fly in your damn lady boys nowadays.
And forget about flying first class with the caviar.
Damn right, forget about it.
Damn right, forget about it. It's fucking America. I thought this was fucking America, where I could just be a good old boy flying first class and eating caviar.
Fucking America.
I thought this was fucking America.
Wild guess, right? Because like you see the rot in the Republican or reactionary discourse in America. Do you think this trend of Latino voters is more like in line with traditionalist movements?
Yeah,
because they identify that rot, like in quotes, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they like, we're bringing it back to actual values, quote unquote.
Yeah,
and whatever.
Yeah,
you think that's the case?
Yeah, I do. I think when you're faced with one of two things, when I think when conservatives say to, broadly speaking, Latino voters, basically the liberals are coming for your culture, and then the liberals show up scolding and going, "Excuse me, the term is Latinx. I think I know how to say it." Yeah, which one do you think is fucking appealing and is more interesting?
That's great.
The scolds who made up a fucking term, or yeah, because it's funny, right? Because like you can just say if you're really that married to a gender neutral version of Latino or Latina, you can just say Latin. Pretty sure.
Sorry guys, I totally slipped on the time.
It's hey, you're here. Hey. Woohoo!
Now it's a party.
I'm gonna do a little cameo real quick. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Michael Jordan Peterson.
Yeah. That's all the longer.
And you should definitely wash your balls.
Definitely wash your balls. Okay, that's a spicy way to start.
It is a good idea. It is. I'm just saying it's a legitimate good idea. Is washing of the balls.
That is not.
Maybe get the tank.
Hey, how's your injury healing? Are you feeling better?
It's healing up. It's it's an injury. It takes time, so gotta give it some time.
What happened then?
It was painful at first. Oh, I had gotten a fracture that almost turned into a break on my pinky.
Damn.
Yeah, so I had to have surgery on it so it closes properly.
Yeah.
It was all crooked and shit.
Damn,
Man, it
that's a
hurt
harsh
like a
fracture,
motherfucker.
man.
That is brutal.
Yeah, it sucks.
It does suck.
Oh man, when the nerve blockers came off, oof, that shit was painful.
Yeah, when you came, the pain.
Quinceañera
They
de
gave,
Gea.
they gave me a bunch of codeine, and I was like, yeah, this is not enough.
However much you think I need
It was.
more.
I would put it at a good 7 out of 10. I mean, it doesn't sound like much, but that's all the most painful shit.
Yeah, that sounds bad to me. I don't want to be at a
Like
7 out of 10 on the
an
pain
8 is
scale.
like a serious alarm.
Yeah.
Fuck, man.
But it's good now. I don't need barely any meds. Some occasional ibuprofen. I'm good. So it's coming along. It just takes time. It's just sitting there like that.
I'm glad you're doing.
But yeah, that's that. Yeah. What was the topic? What I miss?
What did you miss so far? We talked about gas, and then we talked about Jewish quinceañeras and mitzvahs, and other conservative conspiracies.
Other conservative conspiracy. Did you get to the song?
Which song?
Oh, it was that bar song they always play. Oh, I forget the name. I looked it up. The lyrics was super, super duper reactionary. I was looking at it, I was like, what the
Oh,
like, really?
No, I didn't start bitching about Harvey Danger yet. No, I didn't.
Harvey Danger, flagpole sitter?
Yeah, flagpole.
I looked at it. I looked at this for like 2 verses. I was like, okay. First verse, not too bad.
Around the world, and found that all these stupid people are breeding.
Then he starts talking about cretins cloning and feeding. I'm like, oh shit, we're getting into eugenics.
And we need more eugenics.
Like, oh no, this is only getting bad.
They cleanse the gene
I had to put it away.
On the stool.
You want to publish zines and Rage Against the Machine by joining it?
Yeah.
Basically.
Rage for the machine. I was saying rage for the machine.
What the fuck?
Oh, he's even swearing to God in here. Like, oh my God.
Oh God, it sounds like you're snoring.
I didn't even get to look at it. Paranoia. Everyone's coming to get me. What?
Yeah.
I gotta listen to this song again. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, give it another listen. It's hot reactionary garbage.
Flagpole sitter.
Yeah.
Harvey Danger.
This was a this was.
I know Harvey Milk. I never heard of Harvey Danger.
One of the good followers on Twitter. One of my good followers on Twitter was like, "Hey, did you know that one of those guys is Bean Dad? The one who's like, you can't eat until you open a can of beans, you little fuck. Teach my kid not to be a pussy."
Oh. Flagpole sitter.
Yeah, that'll teach that kid for having me as a father.
Is he doing slang in the title? He's got to be a sitter.
I can't
babysitting the flagpole. Is he sitting on it? Like,
I can't tell if he's dick riding the nation or not.
That's how it is with them. That is totally how it is.
Yeah, it's
totally how it is.
It's an insanely liberal song.
Is it liberal? Is it conservative?
Yeah. F to doubt.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
No, dude, think about that for a second. Work this through, right? What was big? Okay, so Harvey Danger is a little bit before its time, but what was really big in like 05, 06? What movie?
506.
What movie do white people to this day fucking swear by is happening?
I don't know.
Idiocracy,
like
man.
Fucking
Idiocracy. Oh, okay.
Idiocracy.
Mike Judge. So he just watched a bunch of Mike Judge and was like, I'm gonna make a song.
Well, no, Mike Judge.
I'll be chewing up on cocaine.
I think Mike Judge listened to that song and was like, that's so fucking brilliant. This needs to be captured.
Okay.
Yeah. But like,
now I'm an amputee. God damn you. Oh man. I don't even remember what the melody goes like. I'm just looking at the lyrics like, wow, and kill my mind. The trivial sublime.
I remember that shit. That was on Peep Show.
Yeah.
That was on Peep Show, no?
I think it was on Peep Show.
Peep Show.
Yeah, some British show.
Yeah.
British.
Oh yeah, you guys sent me that. I looked at it for like 1 second. I was like, oh, this is bad.
It's not that bad. It's cringy as fuck.
In both respects, I was like, oh, this doesn't look like it's gonna be that good. And it looks like it's gonna be problematic. This is a double.
Wait, we talking about
and
the song?
it looks like it's gonna have good production values. Oh, that's
Yeah, no. I think Peep
There's no
Show's
winning
good.
here.
I think.
Oh, we divided on this.
Yeah.
I fucking love Peep Show.
Yeah, I
I'll
think I'm
stand
with
by
you.
it.
Ew. What's the love from? Like, what is the? Explain it to me.
Right.
Explain to me what is
So,
great about it.
so this extremely cringe ass history nerd is trying to bumble his way through life with an incompetent roommate
Yeah.
who is always
Okay.
fucking him over.
Okay.
Do you remember the "Are We the Baddies" thing? I think it comes from Peep Show.
Yeah, no, that comes from
Oh, I do
Mitchell
remember
and Webb
that.
shit. That was from Mitchell and
I
Webb.
only seen the clip though. I've never seen
Oh,
the
that's
actual.
Mitchell and Webb.
Yeah, those guys are
But
those
it's the
guys are
same
great.
guys.
Yeah, it's the same pair of dudes.
Yeah.
That's very interesting. Peep show. Well, if we ever get a Patreon, we might have to watch it with him. Get another one. Get another couple patrons.
Yeah.
The Peep Show. Anyway,
I'll stand by it. I don't know. I haven't seen the 5th season. Was there a 5th season? I don't fucking remember.
do they play that song in Fist Pump to Starship Troopers? Is that kind of the thing?
Oh, they've got us somewhere in Starship Troopers.
What?
Oh, flagpole sitter?
No, they don't play
Yeah.
that.
Nah, man.
No, they play like somber military music.
Does it go together though?
Maybe.
No.
No,
No.
not really.
Flagpole said it. I would be
Okay.
surprised if Idiocracy didn't use it.
Idiocracy specifically.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Like, and if you remember too, like really start unpacking Idiocracy. It's the future where everything is weird because idiots run the world, as exemplified by a black guy being president.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I just don't even dig into that. I don't even dig into that because they're all like corporations, yay, corporations, they're kind of shit. and you're like, well, you got to pick a side.
Yeah.
You created this Frankenstein's monster.
You like the market. I thought that was your jam. Brondo, the thirst killer. So you're over here salting your own lawns for no reason?
I don't
Yeah, we like
remember if they
corporations whenever they're fucking over the poor, but this is my money. You don't understand.
Not when they're salting the land, right?
Well,
I
Nope.
don't remember if they
They
portrayed the
double down.
corporations as being evil, like for
No,
like,
they're not
being
evil.
They were just like dumb as fuck.
They are just profit minded.
Well, think about the premise to the Brondo situation and what the critique really says. It's not dumb that Brondo was marketing a product. It's dumb that you bought the product.
Yeah. It's like they didn't portray
It is
him
the
as
thirst killer.
evil for doing that shit. It was just like it assumed that the Brondo owners were also dumb as shit.
Right.
What a dumb
Well,
movie.
they were
man.
buying Brondo.
Well, the Brondo owners
They had
don't
to be.
drink it. Yeah, in that movie, the Brondo owners don't drink Brondo, so they're fine. But they've died off because they didn't have enough kids.
everyone else is dumber than me.
Right.
There was
And
a
you're like, what makes you so special?
Right.
And then they're like, oh, it's because it's me, and I'm like, oh, I get it. You're just Nazis.
I encountered that
Cool.
shit in the wild once.
Really?
Thank God I don't work in that job anymore.
Mike
But that
Judge.
one dude I was always bitching about. No, that like, well, what if you're a 105? Well, what if you're a 95 walking around like if you're a 105? What do you want to know? And he's talking about IQs.
Ah.
So like, what the fuck? Like, why are you
Well, I
so
mean, a lot of them. If you go up with an IQ, they'll start pitching a bitch.
bitching a bitch?
Because it's not very often. It's not very often that it's very high.
Yeah.
Yeah. You barely got like a 100, man. Barely got.
They're like, everybody's stupid, but like I scored like super low. And you can talk to them immediately and be like, nah, you didn't get very high on that.
You didn't get out of the double digits, my friend.
Even the measurement you picked, you didn't win in.
Yeah.
Not even skewing it.
Funny how that works.
Yeah. Somehow you managed to fuck this up, and you didn't even win at your own game.
It was a one game. It was a one play game.
you were playing solitaire with all the cards revealed, and you managed to lose.
You lost to yourself in solitaire.
Yeah. You got your asshole racked, dude.
Well, see, you should have just tried winning.
Could have just won, but nope. Fucked up. You took too long.
And thus-
now your candy's gone.
And thus we have flagpole sitta.
Yeah.
Wow, that's so weird.
Dude, that song is bullshit.
So what kind of liberal was this? Like, what liberal were you talking about specifically?
Like your K-Hive voters and your Hillary
Your
voters.
K-Hives?
Yeah.
Oof. K-Hive is gnarly.
They're not like, there's that section of libs that is sympathetic to us and will they'll definitely be like, whoa, slow down there, but they'll be like, they have a fucking point, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that section of liberals exists. We overblow that it doesn't. Like, it does.
You'd be like, hey, you should probably not join the right wing.
Yeah.
They're like, yeah, I mean, I might, and then they do, and they're like, yeah, that was a bad idea, and you're like, yeah, that was a bad idea.
Yeah.
You probably shouldn't do that.
You probably shouldn't. So,
and you're like, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, well, no, there's that section of them that's, really, gung-ho on every Democrat, but, if you square off against one of the more ghoulish Democrats, right, they're always, on your side, because you're the nice one, so they're very well-meaning people.
It's time to twist the knife.
Well, yeah, that's why you don't swing on them. You swing on the gruesome Democrat, and you specifically stick to the politicians, because that they inherently grasp. There's one, God, she's a sweetheart, right? Loves every Democrat until you start pointing out, how bad they're fucking up. And then, I had one guy going rounds, he was like, no, Joe Manchin is critical to the party's success. I'm like, Joe Manchin is literally the source of all the party's current failures. And this woman, God bless her, she steps in and she's like, he kind of is obstructing though, and it seems like it would be better to try to win other races if we just can't have the Senate seat in West Virginia than it is investing in Joe Manchin, who literally is causing us a bunch of problems and has for 4 years. And he basically was like, shut the fuck up. And I was like, see, this is what I'm talking about. How is that helpful for the Democrats to be talking to other people like that? And I was like, oh, that misogyny that doesn't sit well. See, that kind of shit, that eats at their brains. That makes them be like, oh, those commies have a fucking point. I mean, you ought to be on board with eliminating all forms of private ownership, but I'll tell you what, between those two, I like them better. At least they're nice to people. So, yeah, you gotta find little games like that where you can find the little cave hivers and get them to say something offensive without just, the game there is get them to say something offensive first, because
it's not hard.
Well, it's really not, because what they think is that nothing they say is offensive inherently. Whereas,
talk about foreign policy.
No, you see that American policy.
You talk about anything. You talk about anything. You can just rope them into it.
You see some of the American shit?
No.
That failure. That failure of a summit.
Oh boy! All right, clue me in.
A summit?
Well, yeah, the summit excluded, the usuals: Venezuela, Nicaragua, and Cuba. Right. And Mexico and Bolivia.
Specifically, what it's made for, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. To exclude, but they excluded price for tradition. But this time, a couple of countries said, "Nah, we're not going." It was Mexico, Bolivia.
Yeah, good on you.
Yes.
They probably shouldn't be holding out for that.
Okay. I'm still waiting for the actual United States of America. Not this bullshit you guys have over there up north. I'm sorry, guys, but that's not the actual United States of America.
Oh, because we have the gold trim on the flag.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm actually waiting for the actual, United States of America, which is actually.
They think theirs is more sensible, but it's just different.
Is it Boomhauer who has that speech? The gold trim flag is the flag of an admiralty court.
Dago man,
I cannot be court-martialed twice.
Dago man, I tell you what, that's a gold flag. That's an admiralty court.
Oh, it was Dale Gribble.
Yeah, that's Dale Gribble.
I do not recognize your authority. You are flying the gold trim flag. That is the flag of an admiralty court, and I cannot be held. I cannot be court-martialed twice.
And with that, my cameo is complete. Peace out, guys.
You done for the night?
Yeah.
All
Hey,
right.
take care, man. Wait, hold on
Peace
before
out.
you go.
Cameo complete.
Before you go, man.
Successful.
Did
Cameo.
they
Wait, get
get
back here. I
the
need to
correct-
court-martial you.
Yeah.
You need a court okay,
Did you get
I'll
the
let you
correct,
court martial me.
8 values thing?
The 8 values.
What am I court martialed on? There's got to be a serious charge, right?
Waving your dick at traffic. Now, what are the 8 values?
Oh, that's not serious enough. This is America. Come on, you can get out of that.
It's pretty
It was
serious.
so stupid. It was a
Pretty
shitty
serious.
test. It was a
Oh,
shitty
wait. I got a
You do
better
it all the
answer.
time. They just call you a sex offender and you're done.
You got caught waving your dick in traffic and while being black.
Oh, okay. There you go. That is an
Yeah.
adequate court marshaling charge. There you
Guilty.
go. Thank you, sir.
Wait. Reposado, I am going to let you finish. I swear to God, I want to know about these 8 values. But how in the fuck did you not realize that
That's some stupid shit I found, man.
How in the fuck did you not realize waving your dick in traffic is going to be more of a problem if you did it? Now, wait.
Oh, because I can make it look cool.
I don't...
They'd be like, oh, this is an art form.
To laugh at that.
This is a performance art piece.
I don't think that's at all how it works.
Oh, it is. You got to sell it. It's all about the sale.
It's all about the sale, huh?
Mm-hmm. Little clam bamboozled.
Clam bam, thank you, ma'am.
Yeah, just right over their eyes. Just woof. And no one's here.
Okay. All right, so the 8 values. Let's hear them.
Some stupid online test that I put on here
Oh,
in the
that...
chat. I was just going to ask him if they had the closest match to his actual ideology, because I was going to try to put it over to some issue some right winger had.
Oh, that thing is...
Because he was like, I know it's trash, but it's like it's funny trash to me, just a little bit. Like,
yeah,
because he was saying like, oh yeah, I'm a theocratic distribution. No, I'm a patriot novist instead of a theocratic distributionist. Like, well, you're fucking far right. There's nothing different there.
They're both bad.
As far as I'm concerned, like they're the same thing, man. But anyways, that was it. It was a little joke on my behalf.
That's not bad.
Didn't land though.
It's not bad.
He was like,
It's our fault, not your fault.
They're Catholic, they're monarchist, and they're municipalist. Like, but I'm a specific case of whatever bullshit I believe in, right? Like,
these are just a pile of words at this point. Like,
yeah, there's just a pile of words.
Yeah.
It was pretty funny to me, like, and then there was the other guy that was trying to say he was a Marxist-Leninist, but just posted a bunch of quotes. Just a bunch of quotes.
Yeah.
And then the response was, thanks for the TED Talk.
Right.
And that's about it. So they're both inaccurate. But anyways, I'm still wondering why we're trying to plot things out mathematically.
Well,
maybe that's a discussion for another time.
Math is the other side of utilitarianism, right? Because what math allows you to do is bypass the false dichotomy of utilitarianism. Because again, right, what is utilitarianism good for ultimately? Do I want Kraft mac and cheese, or do I want some fucking wings tonight, right? Which one's going to bring me more utils in this arbitrary situation? But the idea is to offload that into a mathematical set of calculations with enough variables involved that you don't even have to make that decision. The machine does the utilitarianism, and all you do is benefit, or you just soak up the rewards, right? That's all the self-driving car is ultimately. So
Is this like the automated ideology?
Right.
Right.
It starts with utilitarianism. You just have the machine do it based on a set number of variables so that for the maximum amount of people, it'll produce the quote-unquote ideal result. Which,
Yeah, interesting.
yeah, but that also, I'm going to point this out. That also begs a really important fucking a fucking warning, right? Because let's say in a particular society, the utilitarian answer is the one that most people are going to find agreeable. But let's presume that the one that most people find agreeable is actually pretty fucking horrific, right? Objectively pretty fucking horrific, or according to a different ethical set, pretty fucking horrific. Then the utilitarianism is just building a machine to do evil on your behalf so you don't have to think about doing evil anymore.
Interesting.
Yeah. Because it's just a data aggregator, right? It just acquires data.
Yeah, it just does whatever you say you agree or you strongly agree, strongly disagree, whatever.
Right.
At the end, it just spits out a number.
It spits out an arbitrary calculation, and it gives you a
Yeah.
text-based representation of that calculation. It doesn't even actually mean anything.
Yep.
If I were to tell you that under no pretense workers should be disarmed, conservatives like that phrase too. Does that make them fucking Marxists?
Nope.
No, not at all. Out of there. Out of there.
Yeah, because it's gleaning off the context, right? Like the context is missing.
Right. Why does
It requires like an actual workers' movement.
Right. That's where like, yeah. Well, you're exactly right. And in the situation we're currently in, people love throwing around, under no pretext should the workers be disarmed. Look at the fucking workers. You know what? That's why I said I kind of have a problem with that. I don't give a shit if you disarm a class traitor to the proletariat. I would rather have an armed class traitor from the bourgeoisie who's backing the proletariat, someone like Engels, right? Than I would an armed class traitor who's aiding the bourgeoisie. I don't give a shit about their rights. They're the enemy. I don't give a fuck about them. They're in the way. Them being unarmed moves them out of the way a hell of a lot faster one way or the other. So fuck them. I'm going to be really cold. There's a reason that Hitler armed the Germans and disarmed the Jews. It's because
they were all used to it by then. The Germans were living pretty good lives.
Yeah. There's a reason they did that, because all those class traitors to the worker struggle, armed up, hopped up on their little fucking racist ideology, went and did a lot of awful, horrific shit. So no, I don't give a fuck if you disarm the fucking bourgeoisie's servants. I want to see the police disarmed. They're fucking workers too. The problem is, what's their work? Right? What's their fucking work? It's work we don't want them doing in this instance. This ain't very fucking hard.
Right. With that, guys, I drop off and I say adios for
You got a
tonight.
bolt?
Yeah, I got a vote.
All
Sorry
right,
about
my
that.
brother.
Adios.
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 Man, they're dropping like flies tonight. We're down in a Survivor Series.
It is.
All right, they're gone. Let's talk Cube. Fuck them.
All right, Cube it is.
Sorry, bitches. If you're watching this show for theory, that's over.
It's now a different type of theory.
Now it's Magic the Gathering. Yeah. All right. So for real though, right? Since I was starting with a smaller cube, I was working with 10 archetypes. I went by dual color pairs, right? Because I figured if it's primarily going to be a sealed cube for that purpose, then most likely you're always going to be taking 2, if not 3 colors, right?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. So what I was looking at then is like, how do I from the mono to the dual to the tepid tricolor make a coherent deck? So what I decided on so far is also based on the preferences of the play group, right? Like Jesus Venezuela is playing. He really enjoys 2 things. He enjoys life gain aggro, green-white, and he enjoys remember that blue-white cycling that was in standard for a while that ends with a combo killer, just Drakes? From Amonkhet block? It's Drake Haven and Approach the Second Sun. Those are the finishers.
Oh. Yeah, vaguely.
Yeah.
I got a little loose on the play at that point, so.
Well, you remember that was after I quit Constructed.
Yeah.
You know, but I've seen it in action before, right? That's the kind of shit he enjoys. So I was like, okay, well, that's really not that hard to throw into something like this, because a lot of those cards, especially the ones that cycle for a colorless, like if you're really hurting on deck design ideas, you just jam them in as a card draw to get to the point.
Yeah.
So those and life gain aggro, like that meshes well with like a red white Boros strategy that can incidentally gain life and just keep outpace, right? So I was like, okay, that's not terrible.
No, that's pretty tolerable.
Yeah, so like having a couple, I don't know, I was thinking there like having a couple of those one drop soul pieces or something like Suture Priest was really not like the fucking end of the world. And then like
a Johnny Pride. Isn't there one that does one to them and gains you one simultaneously? Those would be the ones to go with.
Suture Priest does something like that. It acts as kind of a pseudo stacks piece because it gains you one when your shit comes in, but it loses them one when shit comes in. I know of that one off the top of my head. I'm trying to think of one that shoots and does an actual drain effect off entry. There are a ton of them that do it off exit. That's Aristocrat.
You should you should go with an Aristocrats package in there. That's what exactly where I was going to go with it. Throw some black in there and do Blood Artist and Nighthawk and that sort of thing.
Well, since I was going to let white and red be the secondary burn colors because of like Lightning Helix and also because of Bump in the Night, that's really not that hard for me to do.
Right, there you go.
Because then that also gives white, black, and identity to go with their tokens.
Yep.
Yeah, so like that lets like Lingering Souls be playable, Dark Confidant, while also allowing like those pseudo stacks pieces like Suture Priest. I guess Thalia is still kind of a beating, huh? 2-1 for 2.
Oh yeah, Thalia's a beast.
Yeah, Thalia
in all formats.
Yeah. This is gonna sound like this is definitely one of those Dan opinions, right? Like I don't really care for her, but I recognize the raw power of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because there are matchups.
Yeah, and you're gonna be miserable. You're gonna be miserable playing against him, but it is really good. Someone's gonna be happy playing it.
Yeah, I'm like that's fine. There are plenty of cards I'm just miserable playing against. You know what I mean? Like having one that's really
and I mean, in fairness, watching someone go off isn't always the most fun thing either. But the person going off's having a blast.
Yeah, and that has to be part of the game too.
Yeah,
ultimately. But like when you think about it, like, depending on the matchup, like Jund when it's ahead, Thalia really doesn't mean much. But when Jund's behind, Thalia is like, fuck, right? Now I got to deal with this shit too, and that usually leads to a loss because in the act of dealing with it, you've wasted a ton of resources. Your tempo's fucked. Their tempo's still on par. You know, you lose, right? But if you're really far ahead of it, that is like a fucking hiccup because you're like, yeah, LOL, wave time. You know. Oh, I gotta wait till turn 5 to cast my Bloodbraid Elf so I can pay 1 for my free spell. Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh boo-hoo. And it's just a bolt coming down for that Thalia anyway, so that shit won't be happening again. You know, so like it's very dependent. Merfolk, I never found Thalia to be much of a fucking problem because Merfolk is not a deck designed to be targeted by Thalia. But like Storm, oh, you played a Thalia and I just don't happen to have an errant piece of removal in the next 2 turns, I lose.
Merfolk would play Thalia.
It could.
If Thalia was blue, Merfolk would play it.
If Thalia was blue, they would be playing it absolutely 110%.
Just to be clear, they'd be ecstatic to play it.
Yeah. But Merfolk's in that weird spot of like it's a better tribal but a worse death and taxes, I think.
Yeah. It's got a good solid clock to it. It's one of those.
Yeah.
Its secret advantage is that it's cheap to build.
Yes.
You know, you don't need anything other than wastelands and forces, and you got a pretty competitive deck.
Yeah, you have a really high power deck. Hey, you can do some pretty busted shit too. You can do with the Mirror Regery, you can do some pretty busted shit.
Oh yeah, she gets big fast.
All right, let me ask you this. This is my spiciest opinion, right? This is my spiciest take so far. Thinking about letting fairies be draftable. I
don't think that's that spicy. I mean, it doesn't take much to make them. It doesn't
viable.
it doesn't take much to make them viable. That's
No.
the thing. You will inherently overdo it.
Yeah.
Like 2 or 3 is sufficient.
Well, you need what? No, I think I want a couple more than that because I think I want Bitter Blossom because that plays to the tokens if I'm playing aristocrats, right? Hold on, let me really list this
Let me
one
put
out.
it to you like this: you would play Bitter Blossom regardless of the fairies.
Right, that's what I mean. Like if I'm playing aristocrats, that's not a fairies deck, but it is a deck where I would want Bitter Blossom, especially in limited.
So here's the cards that you play regardless of whether or
I want
not
to
you
hear your
have the
take.
fairies theme,
I want to hear your take.
right? You got Bitter Blossom. You're playing that either way.
Right.
Click. You're putting that in there either way.
Right.
Interestingly enough, there's the. I feel like I'm forgetting one. There's a flash fairy that does.
Brazen Borrower.
Oh, the Tappy Fairy.
Tappy Fairy.
Yeah. A combo piece.
Oh, Pestermite.
Yeah. You're playing Pestermite regardless.
Right. I'm already playing Pestermite,
And you're
but it's still a
playing.
fairy.
Yep. And you're playing Brazen Borrower regardless.
Brazen Bar. Right. Yeah, because I'll tell you
So
what.
you got 4 already.
I got 4 already because they're you all around utility. If I was going to add more, which I think I will, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go spicy here. I'm going to add. I think I'm going to add Rankle. Because
Okay.
Rankle has purpose outside of fairies, but is a nice top end for a fairy. I think the signature fairy card would be like Mistbind Click.
Yeah.
Which, if you have 2 fairies, right, in your deck, if you get Brazen Borrower and Pestermite, you can just play Mistbind Click. But really, you're probably not playing Mistbind Click. Like, that's a card you can just pass. And that's fine. In a 40-card deck, you can pass some of the cards. So having it as one spot out of 360 isn't that detrimental. And when you play the fairies build, you're like, fucking, I got a Mistbind Click. Fuck you. You know? Like, you feel real good about yourself.
Yeah.
And then I think that's it.
Yeah, I mean, look, I don't know. Oh, the black -1/-1 with
Pepper Smoke?
retrace. Yeah, you play that
Raven's
regardless.
Crime.
Not retrace with dredge pepper smoke.
Yeah. Because it's the fairy one that has draw a card on it and shoots something for -1/-1.
That sounds right.
Yeah. Yeah, I can play that too. As one of Black's like cheap draw cards / enabling effects.
Yeah, it kills the thing. You like that?
Yeah.
Sometimes something needs to be dead. Okay.
Sometimes something like a Dark Confidant needs to die. I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like, all right. So that brings up the other thing.
Sure.
You kind of just play other cards in this deck that aren't fairy cards because they're good. Dark Confidant goes in this deck.
Right.
Right.
If you get your Dark Confidant, yes, it goes in the deck. It should anyway, if you're doing it right.
So the problem is there's no real drive to do the fairy. So here's the problem I have with tribal in the cube format.
Yeah.
It does one of 2 things. It's either too fucking good,
or fucking shit.
Or it's not quite good enough.
Yeah.
That you'd rather just be playing, blue-black, sort of super low to the ground, aggro-y sort of things.
Right.
As opposed to playing fairies, I would rather have, the good fairies that I mentioned.
Right.
Plus a Bob, plus, 2 or 3 other things and a Jace. And just play that deck.
I'd still Rankle would still make it.
Maybe.
Rankle does everything. But
It's been a while since I looked at a Rankle.
4 mana 3/3 flying haste. When it tags somebody, you do 1 of 3. Each player sacks, each player draws and loses a life, or each player discards.
Oh.
Rankle's, if how I love to say something is the this color's Bloodbraid Elf. It's the mono black Bloodbraid Elf. Because it just comes in and does a ton of shit.
All right, I'll accept this, but
Yeah.
yeah, you'd probably play Rancor.
Well,
But like
yeah.
even still,
Well, yeah. Think about it, because there again, think about it. If I go black white, I play aristocrats. I now have a Salk outlet on a lightning bolt
right?
that can also draw me a card. It just incidentally can also draw me a card. Or if I'm on an empty hand and they have like 2 cards in hand, but none of them are removal, fuck them. I can just take those cards out of their hand. Maybe I hit lands. Maybe I hit some fucking big ass shit. You know what I mean? So like there again, Rankle has a sack outlet on him that I can use to trigger my aristocrats to make that a 4 damage swing and gain a life. Or I can make it a 4 damage swing. I can make it a 5 damage swing, and I don't lose any life, but I still draw a card. You know?
Yep.
Yeah. So
I feel like you end up avoiding that. The I'll tell you the one that's secretly super busted, because I've tried to fit it in a couple times into a cube. Goblins. Surprisingly hyper busted.
like goblins working just mono red aggro as a pile of goblins.
They make mono red so good. Mono red is already really good. People don't realize. And they just make it obscenely good.
It's the best mono color.
Without a doubt.
Yeah. And it's
mono white comes close.
Hard
Interestingly,
agree.
Interestingly, you lose a lot by going red white.
I think if
it doesn't seem like you would, but it's
I think if your play environment isn't curated for it, yeah.
Yeah. Even when it is, I worry. Like, I've tried that a couple of times, and I always just end up cutting those red-white cards. So the way that I do the cube at that 360 level is, I designate quantitative cards to all of the colors, and then quantitative cards towards the paired colors.
Okay.
And then as I play with them, the cards that I see getting drafted last, I cut those paired colors down or parse those cards out and don't feel bad about putting more into the colors that get drafted more.
Fair enough.
Right? Because it's meant to be an enjoyable thing. So like, if 2 players in my play pod really like drafting blue-black, I'm going to throw a couple extra blue-black cards their way. They're going to have a little bit more to dig from so that they don't feel like, they're real tight on space for both of them.
Yeah.
I want it to be tight but not uncomfortable to build the deck, I guess. It was the goal.
Well, that's kind of the purpose of limited, though, isn't it? It's supposed to be a tight with a heavy... Yeah. Because, like, I'll tell you what. I was talking to... Okay, so I'm talking to my one Magic playing friend. I love the guy. He's like trying to... He's like always trying to... What he's trying to parse out is this going to be like a combo heavy format or a control heavy format or an aggro heavy format or a tempo heavy format, which is like... I don't think that's the right way to approach limited, right? I think the way to approach... This is me personally now. I think the way to approach limited is, do you have... This sounds like a lot, but do you have 15 viable archetypes? Obviously, mono green, mono blue, mono black, probably going to lose, right? But are they viable? Is the deck coherent from beginning to end of your play pattern?
Yeah.
That's where I mean by viable. Is there a coherent strategy that you can draft out or sealed out from this limited environment for this color or this colored pair? Tricolors, not so worried about. Of course, if I had like a bigger, like if I was starting with a bigger number, I would probably worry about like the 10 shards.
Right.
I like to think of myself as a relatively good deck builder, but I am not comfortable with trying to curate an entire environment around a tricolor yet. I think a dual color is easier to wrap my head around because I can start very quantitatively, like you said. I can go, okay, I need to allot 250 cards, 50 apiece to the monocolors. I need to allot so many to good mana fixing. I need to allot so many to utility lands. I need to allot so many to colorless things that will fit in 2 or 3 different multicolors, right?
Right.
Or like something that's such an all-star. Like I actually really like the idea of putting Cursed Scroll in myself because that just fits in any fucking deck. You get the Cursed Scroll, you have free burn machine. Almost too
in an
good.
Interesting turn of events, Cursed Scroll is in my cube.
Yeah, okay. So like we think about this kind of similarly then. I think that's because of our large SF experience, right? Like you have more than me, but we both have over a decade at this point.
yeah, there's a lot of experience there. There's a lot of known cards, and you've also seen a lot of cards. Like I remember beating up with people on Grafted War Gear. Grafted War Gear is a great fucking card for a cube.
I would not have picked it at first, but I can see why.
Yeah, it's just super OP in the in aggro decks.
If nothing else,
Like it turns. Yeah, it turns your Llanowar elf into like I'm going to fucking kill you.
Yeah.
It gives +3/+3 to anything. Like it's just a lot. It's too much.
And if I remember right, the equip cost is sack a creature, right?
No, it's 0.
Wait, no, there's some kind of drawback on it.
The drawback is if you unequip it, you have to sack the creature.
Okay, so yeah, it is a sack outlet. I thought so.
But in an aggro deck, you don't care. You're not unequipping that shit until it dies anyway.
Well, there again though, it fits 2 archetypes, doesn't it? Because I can slap that on a creature. It's just like Skull Clamp. The Skull Clamp, I think, might be too busted for a cube. I don't know. At least,
I did cut Skull Clamp from my unpowered cube.
You also have 800 cards, so you don't have to play Skull Clamp every time. Like if I sit down in a 360 card cube,
you super cut out there.
Oh, I'm sorry. I said like you're playing in an 800 card cube, so when Skull Clamp comes up, it's a fun treat. If I'm playing out of a 360 card primarily for sealed for 4 people, and somebody gets the Skull Clamp, which they almost invariably will, only a moron doesn't put the Skull Clamp in and just warps their deck building around Skull Clamp.
Yeah. In the 360 cube, I cut the Skull Clamp because I like having Stoneforge.
Yeah.
And I felt like I couldn't have them both.
I think you're right.
Stoneforge is good, but not broken, especially not in that 360 cube where you can control how much it has.
Yeah.
Like you can put the Batter Skull in, that's fine.
Mm-hmm.
But someone could pick up your Batter Skull in a draft. It is good enough for a control finisher. I would pick it up. I pick it up all the time for control decks, just as a finisher.
Right.
What are you gonna do? Yeah, you killed the germ? Oh no. Batter Skull back down.
Yeah.
So, that's fine. One sword is fine. Although the sword that's really like super also secret OP is the blue-green sword. Is secretly too good for cube.
Well, you're dealing with a 40 card deck. One swing is 30. 2 swings is 20.
You're basically GG, yeah.
Yeah.
Because you got to remember too, you're part of the way into the game by the time you're swinging with that. So like you're probably down to like 5 or 6 cards after that swing.
Well, you could be. I mean, if they drop it when you're at, you draw 7, so you're at 33, really, right? So I say 40, but no, you're at 33. Assuming okay, let's be batshit, right? Assuming turn 1 is Memnite, Swamp, Dark Ritual, Sword of Body and Mind, pass. They draw a card. They take actions, assuming they do something normal.
Yeah, you could land turn 2 swing.
Right.
But even still.
You lay Swamp, equip, swing for 3. It's bigger than what's on board, probably. And they're down to 21 cards. By turn 3, they're down to 10 cards. And by turn 4, turn 5, they're dead. Well, I'm not saying a turn 5 kill is bad and limited. I think in that particular method where they just don't get to participate in play and only see 4 cards functionally, I think that's shit.
Yeah. It warps the game too much. It's not fun.
No.
And that's what I mean. Like there are some cards that I did end up cutting just because they weren't fun.
Yeah. I don't know. How do you feel about Jeet or Shadows?
Like even the people winning with them weren't having fun winning with them.
Because it was too fucking easy.
I kept Jeet, I cut the sphere.
So you cut Shadows, you kept Jeet.
Jeet, I did cut the Shadow Sphere. I kept the Jeet. Jeet is always on the chopping block for being too good.
That's what I was worried about. I thought maybe Shadow
having the
Spear
good
would be too
combo
weak.
deck really does help.
Okay.
Shadow Sphere was just a little too weak. That's why it got cut.
Why is it really too weak? Huh.
It's just not. It doesn't do what you want it to do. I think it's too expensive, if I recall correctly. Hang on.
It's 1 mana and then 2 to equip. I guess if
Let me refresh my brain here.
Okay, because the draw of Shadow Spear is being able to pay 1 mana and eliminate Hexproof and Indestructible. But if you're just not putting a lot of that in, it really is just +1/+1 trample and lifelink. That's not
Permanent
that stellar.
impression in my psyche, obviously. Yeah. It just doesn't
do enough.
It just doesn't do what you want it.
Whereas, like, okay, is Rancor...
It just doesn't do it.
Do you think Rancor is too good, or is it perfect?
No, it's fine, I think.
Okay. Because Rancor does exactly...
I don't think it's too good. I would, it would be on a short list to watch.
Yeah.
For sure. Rancor does what the Jeet does, but it does it more expensive on a creature. Jeet's tough to interact with. That's part of the advantage.
Right. That's also part of the reason it's on the watch list, though, 'cause it's harder to interact with. Huh, this really is getting fucking choppy.
Yeah.
Hold on. What the fuck's up with this?
I've given a lot of thought to Cube.
You have. Well, that's why I was like, I really kind of want to pick your brain, right? Because, like, you know, my cube is specific and it is tailored.
I thoroughly enjoy Cube. It's like... That's well...
You're cutting out super bad. I don't know why. You know what? We're going to go ahead.
I like Mono Dork's Cube.
You know what? I'm going to cut the episode here to see if that doesn't improve the stream quality. So, good night, everybody. We love you.
Yeah.
This is Jank and Dan. We're just chilling now. Everybody,
good night, America. Play more Magic the Gathering and watch more anime titties.
Always drop on Twitter if you want to play Magic with us. We will do it and make you feel bad accidentally while we're trying to make you feel good about it. Jake and I will happily kick your ass around at Magic and then make you feel bad when we're trying to make you feel positive about it. Not
That's
to brag.
True. That's exactly what will happen.
Not to brag, but two-headed giant us. Watch what fucking happens to you.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we would kick the shit out of you.
Someone's getting faithless looting.
Oh, yeah. Somebody's getting fucking... You're just getting... Dude, I'm telling you right now, I'm just packing 40 pieces of removal. You're fucking dead. Doesn't matter how Jake decides that you die because you won't live long. Nothing's living on that board. And don't try to go off. I'll go after your hand too, and your fucking spells on the stack. I go after, you know when I play control, Jank. You know when I can play control, nothing is safe. You have to really work to get it around me.
It's true. You have a lot of control.
I do.
Quote unquote.
I do. My decks, every time I play...
Is that about owning a media company? Is that one of those jokes again?
It's in the similar vein, yeah. You know what I called every one of my decks? Stalin. I don't miss a fucking beat, kids. So however Jake decides you're dead, I'm very happy with.
My trains are running on time, goddammit.
No, that's Mussolini, and he was lying.
Oh. That was close.
Yeah. All right. Good night, America. Bye.